Welcome to Chemistry Online. Today we're going to talk about physical and chemical properties. Now, a property is just a fixed characteristic of a substance. We can distinguish between chemical properties and physical properties. A physical property tells us something about the substance. It's a state, its color, its odor, whatever. A chemical property describes how something reacts when combined with another substance. Substance can undergo a physical change, but it's still the same substance. If it undergoes a chemical change, however, it's a totally different substance when you're done. An example here. Here we have aluminum and bromine. Aluminum bromine can react. This is shown in this little video clip. Here we have a vial of bromine and we have a beaker with some aluminum. Let's start the video. We pour the aluminum into the bromine. They sit there for a minute, and then you see there is evidence of a chemical change going on. It gets very hot. Lots of toxic bromine is released. And when you're done, you're left with a beaker with this little fringe of white crystalline substance around it. This is aluminum bromide. And when we describe a chemical change like this, we start off with a set of reactants. We wind up with a product that has totally different chemical and physical properties from what we started with. That's an example of a chemical change. In a physical change, we're beginning with one substance and we're doing something, but we still wind up with the same substance. An example is icicles melting. You're going from solid water to liquid water, but it's still just water. An example of a chemical change with water, if we take and pass electricity through it, we can split water into hydrogen and oxygen gases. They have totally different chemical and physical properties than the water that we started with. We describe a chemical change using a reaction arrow. In a reaction arrow, we link reactants and products. We'll talk about this when we do reactions, but a reaction arrow has the same properties as an equal sign. We must have the same numbers and types of atoms on both sides. An example of this would be the reaction of potassium metal with water. When these two react, we make potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. In this reaction, we start off with one set of substances and we wind up with a different set that have totally different physical and chemical properties. This is a clear example of a simple chemical change.